Welcome to the Coastal Kitchen. Hi, I'm Karen Mashers, and today it's Amore Italiano. I love Italian food, and this time of the year I want something light, no red sauce, so we're going to have veal piccata with angel hair pasta. We're going to have broccolini with a little lemon sauce over the top, and we're going to have tomato mozzarella salad with finishing a beautiful banana pistachio trifle. Let's get started. And we're going to get started with the banana pistachio trifle. And I'm using instant pistachio pudding. And I've got 4 cups of milk. Just follow the directions that are on the package. Real easy. We're going to mix it up and let it go. Alright, looks like we're just about got this here. Want it to come to that pudding consistency, but we're going to sit it on the side until it really sets. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is grab me a plastic bag, and I'm going to take biscotti. Now, I made this last night. I wanted it to cool beautifully and be ready. So I'm going to put it right into my bag. I've got 8 sticks. You can get this at the grocery store, so you don't have to make it. And I'm just going to clean that up. I'm taking a meat mallet. Let's get this. There. And I want to just crush up into sort of bite-sized type pieces, but a little bit finer. Okay, I'm just going to pour that back into my bowl. Okay, tonight I wanted to make something sort of a romantic night for my husband, and I wanted to make him something he likes. Of course, pistachio is one of his favorites, so take some fresh pistachios, and all you have to do is just grind them a little bit. Okay, nice chop here. All right, let's get these in my bowl. And I'm going to take my parfait glass, and I'm going to put some of these biscotti crumbs right in the bottom. I want a nice bit. Okay. Now, I need to grate some chocolate. A little tip for you. During the holidays, there's a lot of after holiday sales, and you can tell I bought chocolate after the fact. It saves a whole lot. You can get dark chocolate. I'm using milk chocolate today. Okay, let's see what we got here. Beautiful shaved chocolate. I'm going to keep this right here because I do want to use some as a topping. Now, banana. I just about use an entire banana in my dessert. So just cut off the ends here. Get rid of all the pieces. And you want to make a nice 1/4 of an inch circle. All right. Bananas are ready. Now, what I'm going to do is take some strong coffee that I made earlier, and I'm going to use a tablespoon drizzled over the top of the biscotti, and I'm going to use a teaspoon of Kahlua, which is a coffee liqueur. Now, you can omit this and just add a little more coffee if you wish. All right, sprinkle that over. I want to soak in real good. Now, I'm going to take some pistachio pudding, and I'm going to put about half of a cup in. I'm going to sprinkle with a little of the crushed pistachios and a little bit of the chocolate shavings. And then I'm going to do the same thing again. Just a little bit of the biscotti, little bit of Kahlua, and little bit of coffee. Let's get a little more pudding. And now it's time for the bananas. And what I want you to do is just layer those bananas right around. A little more pistachio. A little more chocolate. And just a touch more pistachio pudding right on the top. And I'm going to take some whipped cream. Little pistachio, little chocolate, and this is going to go in the fridge. I'm going to make the other one real quick, and I'll be back to make the tomato mozzarella salad.
Most people couldn't fit 200 local farms on their table. Well, that's where we come in. For the very best of everything local, Lowe's Foods.
Okay, we're back, and it's time for tomato mozzarella salad. And I have got some really nice tomatoes, and I always cut the bottom off, and I'm going to slice, and then if I need to core, I'm going to core from the other side. All right, I am slicing about 1/2 inch pieces. Want nice and meaty. And let's take a look. I think I can get another slice and not have to core, but if I do, I will, and I am. Okay, let's just take that little piece out and not take my fingers with it. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a slice of tomato, and I've got my fresh mozzarella, and I am going to make slice here, and I want about the same size, about a quarter to 1/2 an inch at least. And then we're going to put the next slice on top, and we're going to do that again. Nice tomato, cheese, tomato. All right. Now, after I get that done, let me rinse my hands just a sec. I'm going to take some balsamic vinegar, and I'm just going to sprinkle some balsamic over the top of each tomato. Then I've got a balsamic glaze that I'm going to use in just a minute. But we're going to take some fresh basil. Let's move this over a little bit. And all I'm going to do is chiffonade it a little bit, just straight down, because I want that wonderful flavor of basil on the top of those tomatoes. All right, we're going to sprinkle. And then it's salt and pepper time. Nice kosher salt. And I've got some fresh ground pepper. And I'm going to take my olive oil, And give it a nice drizzle. Don't be sparing on this because it's fun to dip your bread in it after you finish the tomato. Okay, now the balsamic glaze. Such an easy salad. It's going to go into the fridge, and we're going to start on our pasta and veal piccata. All right, in the fridge, let's start our pasta water boiling. Okay, I'm going to bring that up to high, and in just a minute I'm going to add some salt. Okay, you can see this beautiful veal. And veal piccata is veal in a light lemon sauce, lemon butter sauce. And with veal, the cutlets that they make, it's really called scallopini. And scallopini just means that it is a very thin cut of meat. And if you don't like veal, you can use chicken, so make it the way you like it. I'm just going to pound this out a little bit more. I have put this in saran wrap, and we're just going to pound a little bit of a way here. Now, each piece is going to be done the same way, and I'm going to take some flour, which I've got in this bowl, about a half a cup, maybe a little bit more, a lot of salt, and let's grind some pepper up. Okay. And with your fingers, just give it a nice mix. All right. Take your piece of veal, put it in your flour mixture. Just get it covered up and shake it off real good. You want as little flour on there as you can get. Okay, next piece. All right, last piece. And I gotta rinse my hands off. Okay, nice and clean. Now, let's just get our butter. We've got about 2 tablespoons of butter that I'm gonna put in my pan. And about 4 tablespoons of olive oil, and we're going to turn this on medium, just a little bit more, and let this start to warm. Okay, let's throw this right in the sink, and I'm going to cut up a lemon. And what I want to do is just thinly slice it and almost see-through. Okay, love this flavor of lemon. Now let's check on my butter. It's nicely melting. And while that's doing that, I'm going to throw some salt in my pasta water. Want the salt to be able to melt before I put the pasta in. So just give it a nice healthy handful of salt, because that's the only way it actually will get the flavor that it needs to have. Okay, we're starting to sizzle over here now. I want that to go just a second. We're going to do this in batches, and I don't want to overcrowd my pan, so let's start with about 3 pieces. We're going to let this cook about 3 minutes. Should be nice and tender. All right, been about 1.5 minutes. We're going to flip this over real fast. Want to cook it on the other side. Now another minute and a half. Okay, you can see how the edges are starting to turn brown, and it is time to take this out. We're going to let this sit for just a minute. Just keep it warm. All right, next batch goes in. And I'm just going to keep on cooking. Little batches, one at a time. All right, last little bits are coming out now. All right, now I've got this on low. I just turned it down, and I am going to take my white wine, and I am going to put about a cup and a half. Just gonna look. And I'll save this here in case I need some more. Let me grab a wooden spoon here, and I'm gonna get the bits. This is called deglazing the pan, and I like all those bits in my sauce. We're going to cook this down till about half of the liquid is absorbed. Want the alcohol in that wine to be gone. All right, this is getting ready. So I'm going to add my chicken stock now. About a cup and a quarter of chicken stock. Just right in. And now I'm going to throw in my lemon slices. Want them to cook down some. So just scatter them around. Give this the beautiful lemon flavor that we're looking for. We're going to bring it to a boil, and we're going to let it cook for about 8 minutes. Okay, we've got a couple more steps here, and the rinds of those lemons are nice and soft. I'm going to put another 2 tablespoons of butter in. I'm going to put the juice of a half of a lemon, and I love capers, so we're putting in about a half a cup of capers. You can put in a little bit less. These caper berries have such a wonderful flavor that, to me, they enhance the meat. All right, we're going to let this just cook a little bit longer on low, and I'm going to go back over here to my pasta. I have got angel hair pasta, vermicelli angel hair. Angel hair is even thinner than what they call vermicelli. And we're going to put this in, and it's going to cook for about 2 minutes. Let me grab my fork because I want to move it around. Okay, we're going to bring this to the al dente stage where it's a little bit crisp to the bite. All right, looks like we are done here. Let's take this lid off, and I'm going to drain this immediately. All right, before the pot gets too heavy, I'm going to get me some reserve pasta water. Just about a ladle, maybe 2. Don't need a whole bunch, but I want to keep it in reserve in case I want to use it. All right. All right, give it a little shake. And we're going to get the next step ready. Let me grab my frying pan. Great big pan, big sides. And I'm going to turn this back on again low. Look at those big sides. That's what I want. I'm going to put some olive oil in the bottom of my pan. And I'm going to turn this off now. Let that set just a minute. All right. I've got 3 cloves of garlic. Let me grab a knife. And in the recipe, it really calls for 6, but these are very large pieces of garlic. And so I'm just going to use 3 big ones. All right, nice and minced. Let's get this ready to go into our pan. Real easy. Get it all there. Okay, let's take a spoon and give it a little stir, get it all in the oil. The flavors in this dish are so pungent. It is absolutely wonderful. Now what we're going to do is take our pasta that's drained. And it will sizzle. And I'm going to use my fork and here's where my pasta water comes in. Okay, I'm going to pour this right over the top. And I'm going to let that sit just a minute. And we're going to finish our sauce with our veal. All right, I'm going to grab a plate. Grab a big one here. And I'm going to take my pasta, and in my frying pan here, I am going to twist and turn. I'm going to twist and turn. Let me grab a spoon. Because I want to make it almost like a nest. Get it on my plate. Now, let's flip this on. Just want to bring this back up to a boil. It's real hot, but we want it really piping. All right, I'm going to take a couple of pieces of veal. Let's get 3 good ones here. And I want a couple of slices of this lemon. Lovely capers. I'm going to pour this over the top of my pasta also. Okay, let's just get some parsley. And I'm going to do a quick chop on some parsley here. Just some sprinkles. And what an amazing dish. Okay, I'm going to take a break right now. We're going to come back, finish with our dish with broccolini, and I'll see you back here in a few minutes.
The Coastal Kitchen would like to say thank you to our sponsors at Holden Brothers Farm Market in Charlotte for supplying the fresh produce on this week's show. Swing by their indoor market located near mile marker 10 on Highway 17 or check them out online at holdenbrothersfarmmarket.com.
Welcome back. I'm working on our broccolini. Now, broccolini, you can see that it looks like baby broccoli. It's actually not. It is a cross between broccoli and Chinese broccoli. It's got a little bit longer stems. It is a little bit sweeter to the taste. So we're going to cut off the ends and remove the leaves. And I have already washed this, so we're just about ready. And I've got my water boiling, so this won't take too long. Now what we're going to do is we're going to blanch this broccolini. And we're going to throw it in for about 2 minutes. Just want it to get nice and tender, but not overcooked. We want to keep that bright, fresh color. So this will stay in this water for 2 minutes. I'm going to put a little salt on the top. All right, we'll be good to go here. Okay, it's time to take this broccolini out. So I'm just going to put it in my colander so it drains just a little bit. Don't want any of that hot water to go with it. Okay, last piece. Now, I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it directly in a bowl of ice water, and it's going to stay in the ice water for about 2 minutes. It was cooking for 2 minutes and we want it in the ice water for 2 minutes. That's how long it'll take to stop the cooking process. So while we're working with that, I'm going to start another pan. Let me get this out of the way. And I'm going to put about 3 tablespoons of olive oil in my pan. And just want to get it warm. Another minute on this, and we're ready to finish. All right, let's take this out. We're going to put it back in our colander again. And if you get any ice pieces like I do, just get them right out. All right, last couple of pieces here, and we're good to go. Now, my oil in the pan is just about ready. This is going to sizzle and spit a little bit when I put it in, but we're going to let this cook for about 2 minutes. It's just the water. Just get it coated real nicely with the oil. And we're going to bring this back up to a nice hot temperature. Okay, this looks absolutely perfect. I'm going to turn the heat off, let it sit there for just a minute. I'm going to put some lemon pepper. Just sprinkle like you would like it. And a little bit of garlic powder. And I'm going to squeeze some lemon right over the top. Okay, this is ready. I'm going to get my veal back hot and I'm going to plate this up. See you back in just a minute.
Most people couldn't fit 200 local farms on their table. Well, that's where we come in. For the very best of everything local, Lowe's Foods.
Thanks for joining us again at the Coastal Kitchen. We've had a fun day today, and my husband is going to have fun when he gets home tonight. We're going to have our Veal Piccata. I've got pasta nests and my broccolini, the mozzarella tomato salad, and I've thrown in another stick of banana and some pyroline just to make it look cute. We've got our white wine, our dry white wine, so we should have a wonderful evening. Don't forget, find us on Facebook, search for the Coastal Kitchen. We have some great recipes and great tips for you. Just remember, we'll be back next time with another great recipe. Try this one, you'll really like it.